All right, good morning, everyone. I am Ariel Shaw. I am founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business. We are a conglomerate of women-owned businesses in the Southern Crescent. We have 3 active chapters. Those chapters include Henry County Women in Business, Fayette County Women in Business, and Clayton DeKalb Women in Business. We have created networks where women can do business with each other and increase the viability and sustainability of their businesses. I am the founder of a logistical management firm, which operates out of South Georgia. And to find out more about Southern Crescent Women in Business, please visit us at www.scwibga.org. And I am so proud to partner with Commissioner Natalie Hall out of Fulton County today. Before we go to Commissioner Hall, we want to make sure that we highlight our sponsor today, who is JW Event Suite and Balloons by Sharon.
The girl and she's on fire. JW Event Suite and Rentals, along with Balloons by Sharon J, combined to make one of South Atlanta's premier event decor and design companies. This mom and daughter duo offer the latest in event decor trends, balloon decor, party supply, and linen rental. Balloons by Sharon J has been a vendor for City of Atlanta, Fulton Schools, Atlanta Falcons, and many more. Balloons by Sharon J has serviced local celebrities such as Ludacris, 2 Chainz, Dwight Howard, Iggy Azalea, and many more. Visit us at balloonsbysharonj.com and jweventssuite.com or contact us at our office 678-782-5197.
All right. Thank you to JW Event Suite and Balloons by Sharon. They are our proud members. They're located actually off Eagles Landing in Stockbridge area. So we're definitely appreciative of them sponsoring this.
The girl and she's on.
All right, so Commissioner Natalie Hall. Commissioner Hall is the Fulton County Commissioner of District 4. She encompasses the heart of Atlanta, Midtown, 4th Ward, Collier Heights, and legacy neighborhoods west of the Mercedes Benz Stadium to Fulton Industrial Boulevard. The unique attribute about this district is that it's completely inside the city of Atlanta. Commissioner Hall is passionate about making a positive impact in the lives of the citizens of Fulton County. She previously served Fulton County faithfully for 6 years as the Chief of Staff to the late Fulton County District 4 Commissioner Joan P. Garner, and has over 25 years of management experience in the public and private sectors. On the County Commission, Commissioner Hall serves as the executive sponsor of Fulton's strategic priority, All People Are Healthy. She believes in a holistic approach to health that includes, but is not limited to, having good physical and mental health, access to healthy food, access to quality health care, gainful employment, affordable housing, and obtaining an overall quality of life that sustains the individual and their family. Commissioner Hall continues to be a voice on the board that champions equality, justice, and advocating for the needs of some of our most vulnerable populations. She maintains a strong conviction that the government should work for the people. Thus, she has committed her voice to ensuring that all people have fair and equal representation. So thank you, Commissioner Hall, for definitely partnering with us. I want to make sure that we cover the departments that will be presenting today. Those departments will be at the Economic Development Department by Al Nash. Al, do you want to say a few words? You have to unmute.
And I thought I had it off. Now, can you hear me now?
I can.
Oh, good. Thank you. I apologize. Ariel, thank you very much for inviting us and for Commissioner Hall's office. They've been great to coordinate with, and there wasn't a day go by in the last week or so I wasn't getting an email, so I appreciate that. Yeah, we're really excited about it, and I look forward to spending a few minutes talking a little bit about Fulton County and economic development, and you know, maybe some thoughts and ideas how you maybe can do business with Fulton County.
Thank you. Our finance will be presented by Jane Simon. Jane, do you have a few words?
Good morning. I would like to say, yes, it's great to be able to present how to secure a business license from Fulton County for the Fulton Industrial area, and I'm eager to get that information out.
Thank you. And procurement is actually going to be presented by Mario today. We had in place Felicia Strong-Whitaker. Mario, do you have a few words?
Yes, we're excited to talk about how to do business with Fulton County and the procurement process. Felicia Whitaker will be here during our period of presentation and discuss in great detail all the methods and ways we've made doing business with our vendors much easier, as well as how the vendors can get paid. And then I will discuss as it relates to the section that addresses how a minority, females, small business, disadvantaged business can get in position to do business with Fulton County government. As you can see, Felicia Strong-Whitaker, our director, is actually here, and she will be doing it jointly.
Awesome. Good morning, Felicia. Do you have?
Good morning, everyone.
Do you have a few words?
No, just good morning, and thank you so much for the opportunity to present today and to participate, to tell people how to do business with Fulton County. We're excited. Thank you.
Thank you. And as you guys have can see on the screen, we want to hold questions until the end. So we will allow the presentations to begin. We want to make sure we give Commissioner Hall an opportunity to get on. Sequoia, is Commissioner Hall on yet?
I'm here.
Oh, hey, Commissioner, how are you?
Hello, how are you? How's everybody doing?
Good.
Great, thank you.
Good to see everyone.
Awesome. Please say a few words.
Okay, well, I just want to let our viewing and listening audience know that I'm your Fulton County Commissioner, Natalie Hall of District 4. District 4 encompasses the old 4th Ward. It goes up around Grady High School, comes across Midtown. It takes in Atlantic Station. It goes northwest of the Mercedes Benz Stadium all the way to Fulton Industrial Boulevard, comes down to I-20, and there's a portion of it that goes into southwest Atlanta through Collier Heights and Westview and to Adams Park, where the Andrew and Walter Young YMCA is on Campbellton Road. And I have about over 75 neighborhoods that I represent in the city of Atlanta. My district is unique because it's entirely city of Atlanta. And I'm just really glad to be here. And Ariel, I want to thank you for, you know, thinking of me and coming together with me to partner to bring this to the community, because there's so many business owners and entrepreneurs who have asked about how to do business with Fulton County. And I want to thank the departments, Felicia Strong-Whitaker, Mario Avery, Al Nash. I mean, you guys are awesome. Jane Simon from Finance. And I want to just thank you guys for taking the time to be here. But even more so, I have a little surprise for Ariel. I have a proclamation, and I'd like to read it if that's okay.
Oh, yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Whereas Southern Crescent Women in Business Incorporated was founded by local businesswoman Ariel Shaw and is a conglomerate of women-owned businesses and women in business who are working to change the economic landscape in the Southern Crescent and seeks to level the economic playing field in assisting women-owned businesses using their platform to help strengthen and build key relationships. And whereas their mission is to foster business relationships to help sustain and grow local business and local economies, and their vision is to develop key partnerships, deepen business relationships, and to provide resources to assist in the growth of women-owned businesses and women in business. And whereas according to the U.S. Department of Labor and Statistics, the fastest growing market of entrepreneurs is women, who contribute more than $40 billion in revenue over the last 10 years, which encourages Southern Crescent Women in Business Incorporated to provide foundational support that is needed for women-owned businesses and women in business in the Southern Crescent and beyond. And whereas Southern Crescent Women in Business Incorporated has developed key partnerships with banking and financial industries to help open access to capital, and continues to bring influential leaders in economic development, finance, and entrepreneurship together to strengthen communities, reach economic advancement, and open opportunities for others. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Fulton County Board of Commissioners commends the efforts of Ariel Shaw and the Southern Crescent Women in Business Incorporated and applauds their contributions to our local metropolitan business community and to the support of women-owned businesses, and does hereby proclaim Tuesday, September 29th, 2020, as Southern Crescent Women in Business Incorporated Appreciation Day. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Southern Crescent Women and myself, we absolutely appreciate that, and we're doing the work. Thank
All
you.
right.
Hall.
You're so welcome.
All right, Mr. Nash.
All right.
Ready.
So I get to lead. So that's, I guess sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad, but we're going to give it a shot. Well, again, I want to thank Ariel, and I want to thank Commissioner Hall and her staff for helping to coordinate. This is very important. You know, the majority of businesses in Fulton County are actually small businesses, and you know, it's really what makes our economy go. And certainly, there's been challenges that a lot of us have faced and will continue to face with the situation over the last 6 or 7, 9 months. And so I think this is timely. And Ariel, I think about when you were talking a little bit about bringing the women-owned businesses, especially in the Southern Crescent area, together, how important that is. Some of you have heard me before, and I'm an Atlanta native. I grew up here, grew up in Fulton County. And I really feel like that the Southern Crescent area of our region, especially of our county, is really the future. And there's so much opportunity there. And as time goes along, you know, just gets better and better. Most of the undeveloped land, within Fulton County that we have is in that Southern Crescent area. And so the future is really bright. We got great local governments that are really working to do that. If somebody could advance to the next slide, I'll go to that, please. What I wanted to do, just spend briefly a minute talking a little bit about, you'll hear the term Select Fulton. And Select Fulton is the Economic and Workforce Development Initiative of Fulton County. About 4 years ago, the county embarked on a study with the Carl Vinson Institute of Government at the University of Georgia, and really pointed out the fact that we were very fragmented in our operation. We had little silos of operations. And it was suggested, and the Board of Commissioners worked on developing and kind of bringing. And so we created an initiative called Select Fulton. And really fitting underneath there are the Development Authority of Fulton County, the county's economic development, and then the workforce. Let me touch briefly on that. The Development Authority is kind of the piece that does the initiatives or incentives that are out there that we have within the county. But let me back up for that. I should touch on the fact that the county is made up of 15 cities. There is only a small area that you'll hear a little bit discussion today called the Fulton Industrial Corridor. And that's basically about a 6-mile area out of I-20 and Fulton Industrial. And a lot of people have asked, well, how did that really happen? And if you go back to in the late 60s, Fulton County was a very rural county other than for the city of Atlanta. And it had a school system, and the city of Atlanta had a school system. And at one time, and it's still one of the largest concentrations of industrial property east of the Mississippi along that corridor. And so it was to preserve, to make sure that the school system of Fulton County had a income stream coming in. There was legislation that was created that stated that that area could not be incorporated into any city. And of course, there's been some discussion about annexation, and I don't know, and we don't know exactly what will happen in the future. It would take the state legislature to do that. But it's a very important, but we're seeing a renaissance of development, certainly along that Fulton Industrial Corridor. With the 15 cities, a lot of the cities, the majority of the cities within the county have economic development departments. And so our job is really to work with each of those departments within the cities and help that we have sort of a unified approach to economic development. When there's a major project that is looking at the state of Georgia, we will work with our partners at the state Department of Economic Development and site and selectors, and work with local cities. At the end of the day, companies make a decision where they want to go. And so we're very fortunate in this county to have good leadership throughout the county and throughout the cities. And again, hopefully it all works together and all boats rise. And so we're very excited about that. From a workforce standpoint, I'll just touch briefly on that, is there's 19 workforce boards scattered throughout the state. Fulton County, we have 2. One is in the city of Atlanta, and one is of those 19 is in the city of Atlanta, and one of them is Fulton County. The Fulton County piece of the workforce, which is Workforce Fulton, has responsibility for everything outside of the city limits of Atlanta. Though we work very closely with our partners at the city of Atlanta and the state, and work with companies that are looking to hire or training and that type of thing. So it's working very well. We get about $3.5 million a year through federal grants come through the state for workforce. And it's primarily for displaced workers or workers that need training and so forth. And we can talk a little bit about that in the future. But that, I wanted to kind of give you an overview of what Select Fulton is. We'll go to the next slide, please. Well, here's some quick facts about Fulton County, and I think from a small business perspective, it's kind of interesting. The MSA, which is the Metropolitan Statistical Area, which is a federal designation, classifies Metro Atlanta as 29 counties, Fulton County being one. In that, of those 29 counties, 1 in every 6 residents in that whole 29 county area call Fulton County home. But we also have 1/3 of the job creation in those 29 county areas are located within Fulton County, which could be part of any of the 15 states. And of the 29 county in the region, Fulton County residents acquire 40% of the total wages in the whole 29 county area. Fulton County is is in the top 10 counties in the United States, and we lead in a number of areas. But it's a very important part of this Southeast and Eastern economy that what's happening in Fulton County. So if we go to the next slide, please. Touch briefly on sort of the key industry focuses or where we see us as being a major leader. Logistics and supply chain, global commerce, life science and health, film and entertainment, and fintech. Certainly, we've seen the logistic and supply chain business expand, especially in this last year. I can tell you that Amazon, for instance, has just over the last 60, 90 days, at least over 2 million square feet of space within Fulton County. And both those opportunities are in South Fulton. And what we're finding with those companies are that they're not warehouses. They're highly distribution facilities. I'll give you an example. In a deal that we were involved with down in Palmetto, there was a building that was 1 million square feet that was built as a spec. A company was looking to expand their footprint, and that company was Phillips Van Heusen, PVH. They're the largest supplier of clothing and other products within the United States. And so they're taking that and they're bringing 650 jobs, but they're also creating, it's got shared space within inside that, which is where they're going to have about 50 to 75,000 square feet of office space, which would be Class B or Class A office. And the interesting thing about their the mayor down there called me and said, look, we're so excited about this. What people don't understand is, look, we brought 650 jobs and they're making about $120 million investment in just equipment or robotic equipment that goes in that building. But also they're buying the electricity from the city down there. And the mayor said, we now are going to have resources that we can help our public safety, that we can help expand our city and services and this type of thing. So it's an interesting thing that's sort of happening, rippling. The job creation that's being done throughout Fulton County is shifting a little bit, but the jobs are well paying. I would tell you also a little known fact that down on South Fulton Parkway, Coca-Cola has the facility. It is the largest bottling plant in North America in that facility. But within those walls, there are a number of different jobs and functions and well-paying jobs. And Mayor Vince Williams was telling me that he hosted a kind of an open house or down there several months ago. And he said, my citizens were blown away, and a lot of them left and went home and told their kids, you need to go over there and get a job. It's unbelievable what they're doing over there. And a lot of people thought it was a warehouse. Well, it is a warehouse, but there's a lot of shared services within that. We lead in life sciences and health IT. Health IT is a huge business, especially with what's been happening. People are using so much of their phones now for doing their health and this type of thing, and it's just a huge business. Certainly, the film and entertainment at South Fulton and the Southern Crescent is Hollywood of the South. It really is. But what we're really seeing is a lot of opportunities. Vince Williams told me that when the Atlanta movie studio opened down in Union City several years ago, across the street there was a dry cleaner that was in a shopping center, and the dry cleaner was about to close up because business really wasn't there. Now he's open 24 hours a day. He's added crews, and he handles all the dry cleaning and of the costumes and laundry work. Things that you just never, I mean, it's the halo effect, what these opportunities have. But what we're really doing is trying to work with the kids in school and with the schools, Fulton County schools, Atlanta City schools, and this type of thing. It's really trying to help educate our young people what the jobs of the future are. And we just completed a music study done by Sound Diplomacy, which is one of the top consulting companies in the world, as part of the helping us land the Grammy Museum, or the opportunity to build the Grammy Museum here in Atlanta. But out of that study, it came and was determined that that Fulton County is within the top 10 counties in the United States in the music scene. And it is probably the best place to start a music career. Now, a career in music could be everything from a performer to a producer to a marketer or whatever. So the future is really bright, and thanks to people like Tyler Perry and what he's done down at his facility at Fort Mac, and what the folks have done throughout the Southern Crescent area. But it's the movie business. Some of you are probably doing business within that industry, but caterers and so forth have done extremely well. FinTech. What is FinTech? A lot of people refer to the mobile payments. Fulton County is probably one of the leading places in the world. We're headquartered with a number of FinTech, but when 70% of all credit card transactions that occur on a daily basis are being administered by a company that are located in Fulton County. So every time somebody swipes a card somewhere, that we have that ability. So we have great partners, and we've been very blessed and fortunate, but there's a lot of opportunities with these companies. And I would encourage you to, in a lot of cases, we've got a very good Chamber of Commerce in South Fulton. Chamber, Diane Matthews down there and her group are really putting a focus on small business and trying to make a connection. Shannon James with Aerotropolis has also been a great partner, and the North Fulton Chamber and the Sandy Springs Chamber and the Johns Creek Chamber and our friends at the Metro Chamber. It's a team sport, but there is a lot of business out there. So if we could go to the next slide, please. Just kind of quickly, the services, again, we work hand in hand with the cities. Like you'll hear a little bit about the building permit. About the business license. Well, a lot of the only area that we really control development, when I say we being Fulton County development or permitting and this type of thing, is in the Fulton Industrial Corridor area. The rest of it is really handled by the individual cities and that type of thing. And I would suggest, if you hadn't, is to get on their websites and see how you can register and see what opportunities they might have with their procurement. So we do a lot of that, and but you can look at that, and we're more than happy to assist in any way we can. Can we go to the next slide, please? I just have a few more. I just spend just quickly. These are kind of the big projects that have been over the last year or so that have been landed. Microsoft, they've just announced a big piece of office space that they've taken downtown and around Atlantic Station. Inspire Brands, which is a conglomerate of Arby's and Moe's and Sonic's and all the restaurants. They're located up in Sandy Springs, but that filters to all their operations throughout the country are headquartered here. UPS located the second largest facility that they have in the world about a year and a half ago. Happens to be in Commissioner Hall's district. It's out on Fulton Industrial, adjacent to Charlie Brown Airport. It's got nothing to do with the airport, but it is the largest. They process 100,000 packages an hour through that facility, and there's not a package that stays in there overnight. It's just really where they bring them in, they transfer them, this type of thing. And it's true, it's strategically located there in Fulton County. And they employ upwards to probably 2,000 people. So there's definitely services. Again, that's a company you would probably need to go talk and figure out how they handle their procurement. But they're a homegrown company. Their world headquarters is in Fulton County, and so forth. Sonic is a big packager. They do a lot of packing. For example, Duracell batteries. Every Duracell battery, the full package that you buy, and when you buy the batteries, they're packaged at the facility down here in Union City. So we're very happy to have them. And then the newest was the Lux Corporation, which a lot of us know from the old days of checks. Well, they're really more of a fintech, and they have systems and so forth. And they are opening a 700 plus headcount innovation center here in Fulton County. And that's a new company becoming, and I'm sure they're going to need certain services and so forth. So we could go on and on, but we've been very blessed. We could go to the next slide, please. I'm going to just touch on a couple of things. Thanks to the leadership of Commissioner Hall and other commissioners, and with the board of directors of the Development Authority of Fulton County, we put together $3 million of funds for the COVID-19 sort of small business loan program. And we partnered with an organization called ACE, which has been around in North Georgia for a number of years. And they work with a lot of small businesses, minority businesses, female-owned businesses, and so forth. And we were able to put out $3 million throughout to those companies using ACE, and they were spread pretty much throughout the company, throughout the county. Select Fulton, if you go to their website, we are working on bi-weekly updating all the COVID news and partners and so forth. It's a great website and really will educate you on who is there. And then the Board of Commissioners, again, salute to them, but they have allocated $2.5 million for Career Reboot Fulton Digital Literacy. And what we have found, excuse me, what we have found is that a lot of people that have been displaced really don't have digital skills. And this is a great program, and we partnered with Goodwill of North Georgia, Keith Parker and his folks over there to help educate. And there's short courses, you can do them online, or you can, and they're open to anybody within Fulton County to do that. And so that program's up and running. And then we're working on a $650,000 national dislocated work grant, which is to retrain recently unemployed employees. And if you go to WorkSource Fulton, and you can get some more details about that, but it's a great program, and we're trying to work on areas that we think could help make a difference in this COVID-19 issue that we're facing. So that's really all I had. I would like to, one thing before I turn it back over to you, Ariel. Out on Fulton Industrial, and certainly Commissioner Hall can address this probably better than I, but over the next year, you'll see hopefully a lot of repositioning of the airport out there and some of the grounds. We're also talking about building, I think it's a $25 million animal shelter to replace the animal shelter that we have, which is very out of date. And when I say an animal shelter, it's really state-of-the-art. The county has studied and gone around and looked at a lot of things. And so there'll be opportunity there. We're talking about in the future to build a public safety training facility out there. And we're also working to establish our kind of our emergency area in case there was something that happened downtown and we had to shift operations to that. And it will be located, a command center will be located out there at Charlie Brown Airport. So again, work with your local chambers, and we're happy to be here, and we appreciate the opportunity. Again, Ariel, thanks for all you're doing for Southern Crescent, especially Fulton County.
Thank you. And again, Al, I appreciate you guys for coming in and providing that information. So Jane Simon, you're next, correct?
Okay. So once again, this brief presentation will be on obtaining a business license in the Fulton Industrial District area, which is known as unincorporated Fulton County, and it is tax code 70. To determine the municipality that is the correct location You will need to access the business license webpage of Fulton County, and that web page address, is www.fultoncountyga.gov. When you get to that page, you will use the top menu to select business services, then permits and inspections, and then business licenses. It will bring you to the screen that has information on business forms as well as the frequently asked questions. The first part that we're going to cover are the frequently asked questions on who issues licenses for my business address. Once you select that option, I'll go back. Once you select the blue option here, it will populate into this next page on who issues licenses for my business address. As Al Nash mentioned earlier, the Fulton County is comprised of 15 cities and one unincorporated area, which is governed by Fulton County government as far as business licenses are concerned. On this page, it says click here and it will take you to the next screen, which is the GIS property map viewer. Now, if you have your business street address location, you will be able to determine which municipality services you for your business license needs. To the left of the screen, there is a search box. It has a shadow address in it. You can input your address, and for illustration purposes, we will be using 141 Prior Street. You insert your address and you press the search screen. It should populate with the tax parcel at the bottom. You will select that, and then a dialog box will open up to the right, which has your information on the property and will also allow you to access the property profile. So I'm going to show you a bigger screen of what the small box looks like. So this is what the box looks like. You'll select View Property Profile, and this is what populates. This gives you information on 141 Prior Street or any address that you put into the system. The most important information on this page for business license purposes is the tax district, which is 05. This is the tax code schedule shown earlier in the presentation. It lists the 15 cities as well as the unincorporated Fulton Industrial District. As you see, the city of Atlanta is tax code 5, and the corresponding telephone number to reach out to the city of Atlanta for information on obtaining your business license. In Fulton County, we govern the Fulton Industrial District. Our tax code is 70, and our telephone number is listed to reach out. For illustration purposes, this is a property that is actually located in the Fulton Industrial District, and it shows the tax code of 70. All right, this is the second half where we're talking about if your property is actually located in the Fulton Industrial District. We're going to cover the application process. So it is very important, number one, to first make sure that you are in the correct municipality. Once you have determined that, you have a 30-day window to reach out to Fulton County to begin your business license process. After that 30 days, penalties can begin to accrue. How do we determine those 30 days? We determine them by your lease, a copy of your signed lease, or the deed. So one of the first steps in the process, once you have determined you are in the Fulton Industrial District area, is to go back to the forms page and look for the zoning confirmation form. This is the first form that needs to be completed by all businesses that are in the Fulton Industrial District area, or if you are considering operating a business in the Fulton Industrial District area. It's actually best to have this completed before, because you want to make sure that the type of business that you want to operate is zoned for that area. So what you'll do is you'll go to www.fultoncountyga.gov, the business services section from the menu across the top, permits and inspections, business licenses, and then under the forms, you'll see a zoning confirmation form. You will complete that form, and there is also a $25 non-refundable fee for the search, and you will mail it into Fulton County Government, excuse me, I have to go back one. Fulton County Government, 141 Pryor Street, Suite 7001, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303, Attention Business License Unit. Please note your zoning application will not be processed without the fee. And due to COVID, we are encouraging mail-in or electronic contact. And at this time, we do not accept debit or credit cards over the phone. This is a copy of what the zoning application looks like, and it needs to be completed in its entirety. And once you complete this form, you mail it in with the payment. It is sent to our permits unit, planning and zoning unit, and permits unit, and they actually review the form. I'm going to step back a little bit to let you know the acceptable forms of payment by mail. They are business check, money order, or cashier's checks. Starter checks are not accepted. The payee is Fulton County. If you want to come in and do your, start the application process in person, it will require a pre-scheduled appointment. An additional payment option for in-person is by debit or credit card. So if you want to request an in-person appointment, there are two ways. One is by email, and you can submit your information or your request to businesslicense@fultoncountyga.gov. And the second method is you can call our number at 404-612-7722. Once the zoning application and payment are received, once again, the information goes off to our planning and zoning unit, which is located in the Department of Public Works. And it is really important to get your zoning done so that you can make sure that the business that you want to set up is allowable in that area, because we do have businesses that unfortunately have signed a lease and then it's determined that the operations of that business is not allowable in that area. And once your zoning application, you have received information or notification that your zoning application has been approved, you can then proceed with your new or renewal business license application process. Once you complete your applications, and we're here to assist, you can reach out through either of the two means by email or telephone. If you need assistance on completing your application. Some of the things I want to point out is there is a one-page notarization. However, it covers a top and bottom application, and both have to be completed. There is also a fire inspection that will need to be done. That information is on the previous business services page. And you will have to also include a copy of a government issued form of identification. And I think that's it as far as the mailing for the application. So a new application will be completed by a company that is new to the area, or you're moving from one address within FID to another address within FID. That is going to be considered new because you are changing locations. You'll also need to include a copy of the lease. However, instead of mailing it, you can email it to the business license email address, which is businesslicense@fultoncountyga.gov. To help identify the business that the address belongs to, we are requesting that you include the business name as well as the business address in the subject line. Once again, assistance is available in person by appointment only. The email address for that is businesslicense@fultoncountyga.gov, or the telephone number is 404-612, and I'm going to go back once, 7722. So once your applications are approved, a temporary business license is generally issued within 7 business days, and a permanent license should be issued within 30 days, barring no extenuating circumstances. Please note there are additional requirements to operate medical offices, restaurants, adult entertainment establishments, and other locations. However, please feel free to reach out to us at 404-612-7722, and we will be happy to assist. And that concludes, well, I just want to also provide the additional contact information just in case I spoke a little too fast. The phone number is 404-612-7722. The business license email address is businesslicense, one word, @fultoncountyga.gov. And the mailing address is Fulton County Government, 141 Pryor Street, Suite 7001, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. Attention Business License Unit. And the sources used for this presentation are the Fulton County website, fultoncountyga.gov, and the Code of Ordinances, library.municode.com. And that concludes the presentation.
Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome.
All right, so Procurement, you are up next.
Great, thank you. I think Mario is going to.
1 minute, I'm going to narrate it. Can you hear me?
And good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present how to do business with Fulton County. So this presentation will be an overview of our procurement process to assist vendors seeking to do business with Fulton County government. Let me start by saying that the Purchasing and Contract Compliance Department is responsible for the acquisition of all goods and services, materials, general services, professional services, consultant services, construction services required by Fulton County government. So some of the things we're going to cover today are the procurement methods, where we advertise, e-verify, vendor registration, and contract compliance. Mario Avery, who is the contract compliance administrator, will cover the contract compliance portion of the presentation. So Fulton County has 3 different thresholds. We have small purchases, which is what we call an informal solicitation. Our thresholds are set by state law. So our threshold for small purchases is $2,499.99. Those are considered small purchases. We usually do those by a purchase order or with a P card. Informal solicitations are solicitations between $2,500 up to $49,999.99. Those are quotes, which are 3 quotes, and it's awarded to the lowest responsible and responsive bidder. The formal solicitation is anything over $50,000, and those formal solicitations could be an invitation to bid, a request for a proposal, a qualification-based bid, a request for qualification. All of those are considered formal solicitations. Those have to be advertised for 4 weeks. those will be a more formal process that may take a little, it usually takes a little longer to go through the procurement process. So where do we advertise? Our Fulton County's legal organ is the Fulton Daily Report. We also advertise in the Atlanta Inquirer, the Atlanta Voice, and other smaller newspapers. We also advertise on FGTV. The county has moved to a new bid board during the COVID-19. Our homegrown bid board was not able to accept bids electronically. So we moved to a new system called BidNet Direct. You can access that system through the Fulton County website, but it has a lot of benefits, and I'll go through that shortly. We also have to advertise by state law on the Georgia Procurement Registry for any projects that will exceed $100,000. We also have to advertise on the Georgia Procurement Registry. All of this information is on the county's, on the purchasing and contract compliance website about where we advertise and how we advertise. Next. So BidNet. BidNet, as I said, is the new platform that we're using. You can view and download solicitations. You can view addenda. You can submit all your responses electronically. If a lot of you know of Fulton County in the past, if it was over $50,000, you had to submit a hard copy of your bid, and it had to be time stamped and clocked in. So we've made it a lot easier for you to respond electronically, and so all bids can be submitted electronically at this point. It also has a online question feature where you can ask us questions and you can get answers electronically. You can check the status of your solicitation, you can view and download tab sheets, and you can review contract awards. E-Verify. This is very important because this is a state law that requires you that if you're going to submit a bid or proposal to the county, that if it's for work physically performed within the state of Georgia, you must be registered through the E-Verify program. And what it states is the physical performance of services means any performance of labor or services for a public employer using a bidding process or by contract wherein the labor or services exceed $2,500. So for the county, that means if you are submitting a bid or proposal for a service, not for a good, not for material. So for instance, if we were purchasing tires, you would not have to have the E-Verify. But if we were doing tire services, whereby you're providing the tire and you're repairing and installing the tires, an E-Verify would be required. So under state law, the county cannot consider any bid or proposal which does not include that completed affidavit. So a lot of firms are not aware that Georgia has this Georgia immigration affidavit that must be signed prior to submitting a bid or proposal to the county. So prime contractors as well as subcontractors are required to submit this affidavit. So we have listed here the website where you can go to make sure you do have that E-Verify documentation. Next. Vendor registration. The county has a vendor self-service registration system for vendors. The benefits of this allows vendors to register and maintain their information about themselves, and it tells us what services or goods or materials you can provide for the county. You can insert as many of the NIGP codes, commodity codes that best match your organization products and services, so that when we are putting a solicitation out, when we go through our vendor database, we can pull every vendor in our database who says they can provide that service, that vendor will get an email notification that we have a solicitation on our bid board. Also, you can find out and get information about other notifications of upcoming outreach events and workshops that we have. Currently, all of our outreach events and workshops are going to be via Zoom, as well as we are not doing face-to-face in-person training at this time. And you can access the VSS system 24/7, 365 days of the year. So I provided the vendor registration, a little instruction on how to do the vendor registration. We do have a person dedicated to helping vendors walk through the registration process. Next. This is a new feature that the county is now offering for those vendors who are currently doing business with the county. We now offer electronic funds transfer, or EFT payment, to our vendors. This is part of the county's commitment to pay promptly and conveniently. And it is an alternative to receiving paper checks that can get lost in the mail, take a long time to get through to the mail. And if you don't get it, you have to do a stop payment on it, and it just gets very complicated. So we now offer EFT. It also helps with us reducing paper and going green, and it helps with, if your invoice is processed on a Friday, you can expect to see your check on a Tuesday or a Wednesday at the latest, and you don't have to worry about going to the mailbox to pick up a paper check and take it to the bank. So this is another feature that the county is offering to help businesses with their cash flow. So now I'm going to turn the contract compliance section over to Mario Avery.
Again, my name is Mario Avery, the contract compliance administrator, and I'm going to discuss the contract compliance portion of the Fulton County government. Fulton County has a non-discrimination in purchasing and contracting. Fulton County's policy is to simply ensure that regardless of race, color, creed, national origin, or sexual orientation, everybody and all business owners are given opportunity to bid. Our procurement policy is a race neutral, and this does not contain a utilization of any type of gold or gold-based program for any particular group. The county employs aggressive efforts to solicit and encourage certified businesses to participate in the competitive bid process. Later on in the presentation, we'll discuss exactly what a certified businesses mean. We also go through sponsorship and attend numerous trade fairs and community events in our efforts to simply give our agencies an opportunity to ensure that the use of certified firms get opportunity to bid, as well as other organizations and other businesses outside of Fulton County that come to these trade fairs. We go to these trade fairs to ensure our goal at the end of the day is to ensure that all certified businesses are given the opportunity to bid on Fulton County contracts, and also our bidders and our certified firms are given the opportunity to be made aware of other opportunities. Outreach initiatives. We provide listing of certified firms to potential prime contractors and subcontractors. We encourage certification in order to build a robust database of diverse suppliers, contractors, and consultants. The more vendor certified firms allows us to cover a large range of services as relates to the bid procurement process. Our goal at the end of the day is to ensure that regardless of the trade or services being procured, is that we grant every opportunity for any certified firms, especially those that are certified with Fulton County government, an opportunity to bid. Certification. Again, the various groups that we define here at Fulton County government as a certified firm. You'll see the 5 classification: minority, business enterprise, a female business enterprise, small business enterprise, a disadvantaged business enterprise, and a service disabled veteran business enterprise. We'll start off with talking about the MFBE certification enterprise. A certification as a minority or female business is granted to any business that is 51% owned, operated, and controlled by a minority company. That minority, according to Fulton County Code, is an African American, Asian American, Hispanic, and a Native American or female-owned business. Our certification process will be valid for a total of 2 years with a required renewal process. Fulton County, certified as an MFBE, is accepted by GMSDC, We Bank, and the City of Atlanta. That is a blessing and a great opportunity for us to ensure that, again, every certified organization, every certified business is given an opportunity to become certified with us. The certification applications can be completed online. As you see the website there, fultoncounty.diversitycompliance.com. We're one of few metro government agencies that has an automated certification process. Again, with COVID being right here in place, right here in our country, this has become a very convenient asset for Fulton County government, and our vendors can actually become certified right here using an automated process. An SBE, a small business enterprise. Certification as a small business enterprise is granted to businesses that are 51% owned, operated, and controlled by size standards established by the certifying agencies. Fulton County accepts certification of any SBE firm that's certified by the City of Atlanta. Fulton County also accepts certification of SBE firms certified by the SBA, the Small Business Administration. I want to also mention, let me go back one slide, on the SBE, I want to just also mention too that Fulton County is excited about the procurement process and procurement solicitation that we believe that it's going to it's going to constantly a blessing for our small business enterprises. Fulton County in the fourth quarter expects to procure a large number of firms that are certified as SBEs and basically open the door for solicitation opportunities. Again, the certification process is great for the county and all other municipalities, but again, we're excited about our fourth quarter procurement for small business enterprises. Disadvantaged business enterprise firms are based on size standards. The certification as a DBE for federally funded projects are certified by the Georgia Department of Transportation, GDOT. Fulton County and GDOT have a certification agreement that if you get certified as a DBE with the GDOT, then we accept that certification because, again, with us having an airport, the Fulton County Airport, again, that's where our federally funded contracts for a lot of DBE contracts are normally executed. Again, we ask and we encourage our vendors to please go get certified as a disadvantaged business enterprise because federally funded contracts require that certification. One of the certifications that we're excited about is Fulton County has established a service disabled veteran business enterprise. The certification as an SDVB enterprise is granted to business owned and controlled by one or more individuals who are disabled as a result of military service. You must be honorably discharged to receive this certification. Suppliers, contractors, and consultants currently certified by VetBiz, a division of the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. You can see the website right there where, again, an automated system where at www.va.gov/OSDBU as an SDVB will be granted a certification by completing the county's online application process and providing proof of such designation along with a current business license. Again, we're excited about helping our veterans, veteran-owned businesses become granted opportunities to bid here in Fulton County government. A reciprocity agreement. Fulton County has entered into a partial reciprocity agreement with the Greater Women's Business Council and the Georgia Minority Supplier Development Council, which allows vendors to complete applications for MFBE certification using a streamlined process. Again, those two organizations, if you're certified with these organizations, it allows you to come through the certification process in an express manner. And as a result, you're quickly certified with the required submission of a business license, as well as completing the certification online process. Qualifying contractors, consultants, and suppliers must complete the county's online application, submit a current business license and certificate of certification from the issuing agency. Again, we're excited about our relationship with these two organizations as we go beyond the call of duty to increase our database of certified vendors that we can help supply to other agencies that come to us looking for minority or female-owned business, disadvantaged business, service, disabled veteran businesses in trades that they, for whatever reason, do not have in their database.
So with that, that's the end of our presentation. Oh, sorry. Go
One more
ahead.
slide.
We have one more slide. I'm sorry.
The certification, the online certification process, you'll see this is the website where, again, Jeremy's mentioned earlier that our automated system, you'll go to Fulton County, ga.diversitycompliance.com. We're excited about our relationship with the company B2G Now, a company that's well-rounded as it relates to certifying companies. If you look on this webpage at the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see where we have a directory of vendors, a renewal process. We also, through this process, provide training. And then if you look on the right, where we have a tutorial information as it relates to how to use this system. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're excited because we're one of the few agencies in the Metro Atlanta that has an automated certification process. And now I'll turn it back over to you.
So thank you so much. This is our contact information. We're excited about doing business. We're excited about your interest in doing business with Fulton County, and our contact information is listed here. So I'll turn it back over to you, Ariel.
All right, thank you, Procurement. So that was really informative, and I appreciate all the departments. We had a few questions for Jane Simon. The question was, are the business licenses for disabled veteran-owned businesses free with Fulton County?
The answer to that is yes. I think additionally they asked what would they need. They would need to complete a business license application and submit that along with a copy of their discharge.
Okay. Okay. A couple other questions. Does the county host virtual networking opportunities for prime and subprime contractors? And I guess that will go to the procurement department.
Yes, absolutely. Depending on the type of project that it is, for all of our procurements that are formal procurements, we have a pre-proposal or a pre-bid conference. That is the opportunity for the department and procurement and contract compliance to go through that solicitation, tell the vendors what the county is looking for, what the contract compliance requirements are. Also, usually afterwards, we allow the networking of primes with potential subs. We also provide the sign-in sheets so that potential subcontractors can contact the primes. Another thing that we do is when we have specific programs that we know that is going to be some large procurements, we will do outreach sessions where we call them Meet the Prime, where we allow potential prime contractors to come into a space and meet potential subcontractors. The subcontractors can find out what the qualifications, parts are, what the subcontracting opportunities are. So we do a lot of that. We used to do a lot of in-person, and so we're having to move to a different platform with COVID-19. And so it has been a little different environment because we're all used to the face-to-face, in-person, big gatherings, and so we've had to re-strategize and change how we do those a little bit. So we're doing them in smaller sessions, and we're doing them primarily with our pre-proposal and pre-bid conferences as well.
Okay, awesome. Does the county have policies to allow set-asides for your women-owned, minority-owned like sometimes the federal government does with the set aside?
So no, the county does not have set-asides, and we do not have a goal-based program. But what we do have is mandatory subcontracting. And we do have a small business program that, with the new disparity study that the county and our Board of Commissioners just authorized last year, starting in the fourth quarter, we will be doing procurement specifically for small business enterprises. So there will be projects that only if you are designated as an SBE, that only SBEs will be able to submit bids on. And those projects have to meet a certain criteria, but it will only be for SBEs to submit on.
Okay. All righty. Another question, how do we ensure that we're added to the vendor list for the 50,000 or for 49,999?
I know, those thresholds are very interesting. Just being a part of our vendor database, so if you register as a vendor, and as I said on our website, our vendor coordinator is Jabron Harris. He's very good at what he does. We do these how to do business sessions on a monthly basis. We're doing them by Zoom now. And we also have other outreach and other workshop classes. We do also have one that's coming up on how to respond to an RFP, so people can know what the county is looking for on those formal solicitations. All of that information is on our webpage.
Okay. Well, I don't see any other questions, but I want to say I applaud everyone. Everyone did an amazing job, and you were very thorough. I also want to say to the procurement department, as having spoken to many, I applaud you for working with other agencies. That is so important. Just working with GMSDC, WeBank, bringing in VetBiz. I know that's a conversation I've had with some folks before, like no need to recreate the wheel, partner. So I think that's amazing. Commissioner Hall.
All right, I just want to thank Felicia Strong-Whitaker, Mario Avery, Al Nash, and Ms. Simon. Thank you so much for taking the time out today to address our constituents who are business owners and entrepreneurs who are interested in doing business with Fulton County. The